Hello and welcome back to Gate of Theories. Today I'm going to reveal that those nice Jerrys in Seoul are actually murderers. In today's video, the Jerrys killed Joe. But they seem so nice. So let's delve into the theory. To start off, we need to look at what Terry does in the film. It'll make sense, trust me. So, in the film, Terry comes down to Earth to retrieve Joe, so his count is right. In the scene, Terry accidentally gets the wrong guy and sends him to the great beyond, before realizing and bringing him back. This shows us that these sentient beings, such as Terry and the Jerrys, can come down to Earth, which therefore means, in theory, the Jerrys could come down and send someone to the great beyond. So let's look at how Joe dies. In the scene, Joe keeps having near misses, from bricks falling on him to not slipping on those pesky banana skins, before he falls down a missing drain hole of all things. The lesson to be learned: look where you're going while on your phone. It's a serious problem, people. But what's strange about this is the way he falls down, the missing drain hole. If we look at the moment just before he falls, he gets scared into the middle of the road by a dog. Then, here's where it gets good. Joe then has a near miss with a motorcyclist who swerves to the right on our screen. Joe then stops and turns and walks to the right where the motorcyclist had just been, but instead falls down a hole. Now that doesn't make much sense to me. Either the hole's there and the motorbike falls in or wobbles as a bit from going over the edge, or the hole's not there. So here's what I think happened. The drain hole cover is on when the motorcyclist goes past. But as Joe turns to walk on it, a Jerry or the Jerrys remove the cover hole, which means Joe falls to his death. What backs up this is the next scene. Now, does it not seem strange to you that Joe is the only one trying to run away from the light? I found it really odd watching it. I know if that was me, I'd be trying to sprint as fast as I could the other way like Joe. The rest of the souls all seem pretty content to be going towards the light, except one who was concerned they'd lost their pants. But as a whole, they all wanted to go to the light. Why? Because it was their time to die. Joe wasn't, because it wasn't his time to die, because a Jerry or the Jerrys took him to the great beyond before his time. That would also explain how Joe could get through to the great before. So I'd say it's pretty clear that a Jerry or the Jerrys took Joe to the great beyond. But why? Well, let's find out in another video. Part 2. No, I'm just kidding, I'm going to tell you in this video. We know from the movie that the Jerrys have put 22 with literally everyone possible to help get them to Earth, and nothing so far has worked. And if you want to know who 22 becomes in the real world, we've covered it in another video. There will be a link in the description or a card up above to go and click if you want to see that. Anyway, as I was saying, the Jerrys were losing hope with the 22 situation. I needed to switch it up a bit. I mean, they're up to Seoul over 108 billion, 210 million, 121,415, and yet 22 is still there. Now we know that everyone who has helped 22, such as Mother Teresa and Muhammad Ali, were all dead and therefore would be content carrying on to the great beyond. However, what if someone wasn't content with dying and wants to live? Could that spark 22 spark? So the councillors Jerry hatched a plan and picked Joe as the candidate. So what's the evidence for this? Well, when Joe is in the U seminar, great before, he's scared into becoming a mentor and picks a random name, Bad Joe. This happens to be for a Dr. Born T. Borgensen, which just kind of sounds like born to be born again soon. A subtle hint there from the Jerrys. It's weird that the random name Joe picks happens to be the only soul not there, and the only soul who wears glasses. Almost as if it was meant to be a disguise for Joe. It works well. Joe's soul could fit Dr. Bourne, especially with the glasses. It even fools 22. When Joe's telling her he's not born, he has to use a machine to bring up his own life to prove it. Anyway, let's skip ahead a bit. Joe does his thing, and 22 gets a spark and goes to Earth. We then see Joe on the pathway to the great beyond, where he's addressed as Mr. Gardner. Up until this point, he'd only been associated by the name as Born Borgensen, which means the Jerrys knew all along that he was Joe. They are sentient beings after all, so of course they knew. Then Councillor Jerry gives Joe a second chance, showing all along that this was part of their plan. They just needed someone to fight for life to get 22 a spark so she could finally go to Earth. Once that was done, they'd send the soul who helped Joe back to Earth, who could live happily with the added bonus of knowing what's next. And thankfully for the Councillor's Jerrys, it worked, and 22 finally went to Earth. The one problematic soul in over 108 billion was finally sorted. So that wraps up why the Jerrys killed Joe to save 22. What do you think? Was it just a load of coincidences, or did the Jerrys kill Joe to save 22? Or did something else happen? Let me know down below. If you enjoyed this video, why not click that like button and share this video on social media so your friends can see. If you're new to the channel, why not click that subscribe button for more TV and film related videos every week, including theories, reviews, top 10s, tier lists, movie trailer mashups, and much more on Tuesdays and Fridays. And join us every Sunday for our Then and Now Sundays. So you're definitely going to want to click that subscribe button. It's also free. If you're subscribed and mint like that, why not also click that bell button so you never miss a new video. I've been Lewis on Gate of Theories. Thanks for watching, and see you on Sunday for a brand new Then and Now. Thanks for watching, guys.